Welcome to the View!
The View! Where we're
here with Tabitha.
With Tabitha, and we are on the show, and we are filming the show, and we're doing everything, and we're booking the show, and we're
toting that barge, lifting that bale.
Yes, all those things.
The lighting, makeup's on standby, hair on standby.
Hair and makeup?
Wow.
None of us need hair and makeup.
Oh,
Well, we're here with Tabitha to talk about all her things in her fun life. She lives in the Bronx, not far from us. You're our neighbor, basically.
I know, right down the street.
Yeah, you know, it was. I can't imagine how the two of us hooked up in the Bronx.
Yeah, because I mean, in this neighborhood, it's very hard to find anyone that you have something in common with. Like, all I get usually when I walk down the street is like, "Hey, mommy, are you working?" Like, stuff like that. So I'm like,
and
this
are
guy's
you?
trying to... Well, it depends on how cute the guy is and how much money they have.
Are they like, "Hey, mommy, are you working?" Or are you working?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, just a hand job?
I mean, well, I don't know.
I mean,
I guess it depends on
that's not really work, is it? That's more like play.
Well,
I guess if you get paid for it, it's work. Anything.
I guess. Well, you know, depends.
But I don't think that's a good.
I would only. I haven't, but I would only do it. I told myself if I thought the guy was hot, because I'd probably do. I would obviously do it for free then. So then why not make some money too?
Yeah,
you know, but I haven't done it. So anyone watching, you know, I haven't.
She's not a tranny hooker.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
In fact,
unlike the NSA queens who got shot to death.
In fact, aren't we going to get in trouble for, because like in politics, like we're not supposed to say that word?
Well,
do you have a problem with that?
I don't, but then, you know, I'm kind of from the old school, and I think that it's all about intent. Like, even if I were to call you a faggot, it would be a joke, but if you're on the street and someone calls you that...
Well, I feel that way.
And I feel the same way. I say it, like...
I feel that way about all words. I feel that way about nigger, faggot, tranny, all of them.
Right.
I mean, it bothers me to no end that the media that the only word they won't say is nigger, and they'll put
That's not
N-word.
true.
They won't say, I've seen them write faggot, I've seen them write, I've seen them write any word.
Well, now there's like,
nigger. They will
well,
not write.
that's not true, because now there's this whole big movement to stop people using the word retard. And in articles I've seen people refer to it as the R word.
Oh my God!
You know, that would confuse me so much, because I'd be like, R word?
That is the most retarded thing to do.
Yeah, I'm like, you know.
No, I'm serious. Because, no, but in all seriousness, because that's what makes the word so bad. That it's so bad that you can't even say it.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's creating.
So, I mean, it's creating the word. It's creating the whole
giving it power.
And of course, and then that interests people like us.
Yes. Now the word means more.
It's gonna cause offense.
Yes.
Exactly.
So one thing we were curious about asking you is, you know, how hard is it being trans and living in the Bronx? Is it?
Actually, you know what? It isn't. And you know the thing is, when I was identifying as like an effeminate, I guess, gay male, I actually got more shit from people, like guys. It was
they want you to make a decision.
Exactly. Like, I think that there's more. It confuses them more if they see a guy that looks maybe somewhat masculine but acts feminine, as opposed to seeing someone that's obviously like going that whole direction. I think it causes less of like a caveman confusion in them. Because I don't get that. The only like weirdness now is sometimes like with girls, I get, you know, different.
Your competition now.
Exactly.
That was the mentality, and that's a perfect word that you used, the caveman mentality, because in prison, I was wondering what was the difference, and that is exactly what the difference was, because in Clubland, the guys thought that I was too feminine, like they wanted more of a straight acting kind of guy, and then when I went to prison, they thought that I wasn't feminine enough. So they wanted more of a girl. So it's like they want you to be one or the other.
Exactly. It confuses them if you're like somewhat in that gray
area. And if
area.
they're a caveman, they're too stupid.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Exactly. It totally sums it up.
So what's the hardest part about being trans, you know, in terms of your daily life?
Well, job interviews for one thing. I mean, it's what's
that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Recently,
you've probably been on more job interviews in the past year than Michael has, which is zero.
The past few months, I've been on
every day in my life is a job interview.
Oh, yeah.
And you walk out the door.
You dress for success.
It's an audition. No, but when I used to go to job interviews, I would have like 2 or 3, and I would usually get the position. And now I've had more than that. Well, We'll talk about that later. You know, so I've had more than that, and it's just the response is different. It's usually because I'm getting interviewed by like these guys that I can tell like immediately they're just sort of like.
But as you transition and as you become more feminine, do you find the jobs become easier?
What do you mean?
The job does it become
opportunity?
The job interview.
No,
right.
I think.
Well, what kind of job interviews are you going on?
Well, I went on some like tech things. It's usually office work, so it's like these office type guys. And I mean, usually if it's a female interviewing me, obviously it goes better. It just really depends. I might be looking too much into it. You know what I mean? So I'll try not to put that out in the universe. So if someone's hiring, call me.
Yeah, I can see them being that way in an office probably, just because
they don't. See, that's why I was kind of pissed that I got fired from my last job, because everyone already knew, so it was sort of like, in my head, I was like, I'm just going to keep this job until I'm through, and then there's nothing, they can't terminate you once, you know, that, you know, for that reason, once you're hired, so, well, I fucked that up.
Well, the thing is that you were fired for being tardy, not trans.
Well, yeah.
But they accepted you.
Were you actually? But they accepted you.
She was tardy.
Yeah, but did they accept you when you were tardy when you were a man, but not when you were?
Oh no! Well, no. It's too much.
They never liked it.
They never liked it. But you know, I pushed and pushed. Like it'd be 5 minutes the first, and then 10 minutes, and 20 minutes, and then before you know, I was showing up an hour late every day. And
no one's featuring a tardy tranny.
So exactly.
So you just push. I don't try to explain this mentality.
No, I was
you
saying,
push and push and push.
Like,
and so, your reaction?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, you know.
Yeah, she got a reaction. You're fired.
Exactly. I got a termination letter. That's the reaction I got. Oh, and by the way, just so everyone knows, we're transitioning you out of his job. No, you'll love this. When I was terminated and he went to hand me the letter, I threw his paperweight at him. And he moved his head and it barely missed them.
Oh. Well, on that note, we're going to transition to this commercial, and we'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Are you ready? 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 Are you ready?
Welcome back to the pew.
Yeah, I should have.
Welcome back to the pew.
And
these bitches
right here want to know.
You know,
are you gonna cut your dick off?
Well, it's not gonna be cut off. It's gonna be surgically inverted.
Yeah.
But yes,
it's a surgical.
Oh, they cut the balls.
They do. Yeah, those get destroyed.
So after that happens, I can technically say you have no balls.
Exactly. But I don't think a lot of balls.
Knowing Tabitha, I don't think. Yeah, I will never be able to say that. But we'll see what happens when she does have no balls.
Well, I think wants to give me $25,000.
Is that how much it costs?
It does. Unless your insurance covers it, which is a very rare thing. It's $25,000.
But I heard now that the insurance has to cover it if you're diagnosed with gender.
That's gender dysphoria, which I am diagnosed with, but it depends on the insurance. Not all insurances cover it.
Well, they cover it now.
There's even a push to have Medicaid in New York cover it.
I was just going to say they cover it in the prison. When you're in prison, if you
well, didn't you tell a story about the train that cut off the dick with a tuna can?
Yeah, because that's part of what spurred this whole mother into action. They now, if you are, but you have to be diagnosed before you go to prison. You can't go to prison and then become diagnosed with it. It's an existing condition that could otherwise, you know.
So that's a lot of money then if you're gonna have
that
to save
is a lot of money.
Have you saved any of it?
What do you think?
Probably not.
Well, first it's a whole other thing. There's a lot of other things that I want to do first, implants, things like that. But implants, lip injection, that's the last step. But eventually, hopefully.
So have you had anything done?
Hormone treatment.
Hormones. Well, definitely hormones.
Right. Yeah. Which changes your perspective on everything. I don't know if that's the gender dysphoria or what that is, but it changes everything.
Oh yeah, the other day we were walking.
Has it made you crazy yet? Like all the other?
No, it made me more sane, I think.
Well, just the other day we were walking on the street and you said I'm going to be really crazy today because of the more...
Well, I'm emotional, but not crazy, gonna run a car into the gate of the
Oh.
But yeah, people that I think it makes them crazy.
They were some crazy queens.
I don't think that they really have it because as soon as I started taking hormones, it was just sort of like my brain sort of relaxed and I just sort of felt more normal.
Really, that's interesting. So then maybe there is a chemical, chemical component to gender dysmorphia.
Dysphoria.
Dysphoria.
And that's all for today.
Bye.
Bye.